Coming up, glacier science, why these massive sheets of ice are vital to the Earth. Then, project success.
It's a big, bright, beautiful world.
One program is teaching kids some valuable life lessons on the stage and off.
Best day ever!
And say hello to Arthur.
Hi, Nightly News Kids Edition. My name is Arthur.
We'll introduce you to this pint-sized forager. Also, Bundle of Joy, how the birth of this clouded leopard cub is helping raise awareness about these rare cats. Plus, doggone cute.
Good morning, Jake.
Videos of these dog buses are going viral. Come along as we go for a ride. And that's not all, folks.
There's no way we could screw this up.
The voice behind some of the most popular animated characters speaks with Kids Edition about the latest adventures of Daffy Duck and Porky Pig playing on the big screen.
How would Daffy Duck describe this movie to kids?
Well, you see, I'm glad you asked that because finally I get my moment in the spotlight, minus that rabbit we know as Bugs Bunny. And I can handle Porky. Hey, I'm still here, you know. It's about my movie, too. But yeah, Daffy would say this was a super fun movie to make. A lot of talented artists and musicians worked on this, and I do all my own stunts.
This is NBC Nightly News Kids Edition.
Welcome back to Nightly News Kids Edition. I'm Lester Holt. It is great to be with you on a Saturday. We have a pretty terrific lineup ahead, from a zoo birth turning heads to the story behind these viral videos. Plus, our picture of the week is sure to delight. And play ball, we're going to put you to the test with our pop quiz. But first, let's begin with something that is essential for all of us: water. Just days ago, World Water Day was held, an event that promotes education and conservation. This year's theme, glacier preservation. And it got us thinking about glaciers and why they're so important. Let's get details from our friend meteorologist Dylan Dreyer.
Water. It's everywhere in our lives. We drink it, travel through it, and even play with it. Water is essential to life. All living things need it to survive. You can find water in the air and clouds, on the surface of the planet, in things like plants, and in rivers, lakes, and oceans. In fact, oceans hold about 96.5% of all Earth's water. And did you know about 2.1% of all of Earth's water is frozen in glaciers?
Glaciers are massive blocks of ice that are slowly moving on land. They are a huge supplier of fresh water for the planet. So of all of the water on Earth, only about 3% is fresh water. Of all that fresh water, 70% of it is locked up in glaciers.
California's glaciers, particularly the snowpack in the Sierra Nevada and other mountain ranges, are a vital source of water, including for drinking and farming. And glaciers also help keep our planet cool.
If you think of it, glaciers are kind of like a mirror. The top layer is covered by a lot of blinding white snow, and it's really good at reflecting the sun's energy back into space, which keeps us cool. But as these glaciers melt, they're revealing dark ocean water underneath them, and that dark water absorbs more of the heat. It's like when you wear a dark shirt out in the sun, you're gonna feel the heat quicker. So we want those glaciers to kind of stay the size that they are because they're helping to keep our planet cool.
Due to climate change, glaciers are melting faster than ever before, making it important to do your part to conserve water.
Water is a precious resource, so kids can help that with really small actions at home. They can be really mindful about the amount of water that they and the people that they're living with are consuming. So things you've heard before, like turning off the tap water when you're brushing your teeth. You can take shorter showers. Something else you can do is you can tell the adults that you live with to keep an eye out for leaks that are happening in the house. If we can help stop those, that's actually very helpful.
And conserving energy at home, like turning off lights when you're not using them, can reduce the climate-altering emissions that contribute to melting glaciers. You can also go outside and start exploring your local parks to learn more about the natural resources in your community.
These big blocks of ice, even if you don't live anywhere near them, they have an impact on your life. They support communities by providing drinking water, they feed animals, they help plants grow, and they help keep our planet cool. So whether you live in Africa or Asia or the United States, it doesn't matter. Glaciers have an effect on your life.
All right, Dylan, thanks. That was quite the education. And speaking of education, musicals take place in schools across the country every year. But what can a school musical teach you? A unique program in Minneapolis says a lot. Our sponsor, Walton Family Foundation, introduced us to Project Success. Let's get details from our friend Zincle Esamoah.
For students at Anderson United Middle School, teamwork is taking center stage. With the help of a program called Project Success, this Minneapolis public school is putting on a production of Shrek Jr., the musical.
Each unique person is super important to making the production happen, whether they like acting, singing, performing, being in the spotlight, or they prefer not to act and sing, stay behind the scenes.
Project Success is a free program for middle and high schoolers in Minneapolis and Mankato, hoping to inspire and motivate young people about their future, offering everything from monthly educational and theater workshops to college campus tours to outdoor adventures and more.
One of our lessons was like what our big bold dream was, and so we all talked about what we wanted to do when we grow up.
I want to be seen as like a helpful, happy person. And that I didn't really know that about myself.
The program director says they do it all to set the stage for success in high school and beyond.
Project Success helps students go out into the world, try new things, learn about what they like, what they don't like, and then that informs them about what they want to do, who they are.
Henry and Luciano are both part of the musical production.
I do the props. I make sure that when the people need props that I'm the person to give it to them.
Luciano landed the lead as Shrek, a role he wasn't actually sure he was ready for.
I was so nervous about everything about it. I didn't like singing in front of people, dancing.
With the support of the cast, Luciano was able to overcome his fear.
Yeah, everyone was like, you have to do it. You're going the right way for a smackdown.
Students like Luciano and Henry are developing important skills like responsibility and gaining confidence on and off stage.
Best day ever! You have to go home and review your dances and review your songs and practice your lines. It's like a feeling of independence almost.
We definitely have to make sure that everyone knows where they're supposed to be and that everything's super organized backstage. I have my script and I write in when I need to get stuff ready to bring on, and so that helps me.
The kids also get to connect with professionals.
They're helping to move around set pieces, organize and manage props that different characters use throughout the musical. They're helping to operate the light board as well as operate the soundboard with microphones.
It's a big, bright, beautiful world.
And the impact is real for participants in the program. Over the last 30 years, school attendance increased, students achieved higher grade point averages, and were more likely to graduate on time.
I'm definitely getting over a fear of messing up too much, and so I think it's gonna help me feel more confident in myself.
I'm so much more confident with public speaking and just singing and doing everything. It's really fun. I've learned a lot.
Anytime you can take any obstacle, any challenge, any adventure, any success, and you learn from that, that's social emotional learning. And that's what we do.
And to borrow a line from the show, what makes us special makes us strong.
The message is to be yourself and just accept yourself for the way that you are. I feel especially at our age, a lot of people are comparing themselves to other people, and so it's important to just accept yourself, in the beauty that you are.
Zingle, thanks. This week in our Inspiring Kids series, we introduce you to a young boy from England who loves nature and is hoping his passion for the wild is contagious. We get details from our friend Ann Thompson.
What if I told you that an 8-year-old could teach you a thing or two about nature?
Hi, Nightly News Kids Edition. My name is Arthur, and I live in Northumberland, England, with my family, and I love going out into nature and finding edible mushrooms and plants like this few-flowered leek.
Well, meet Arthur, the internet's tiniest but mightiest expert on foraging.
Today I've been caught in a summer rainstorm, but I was lucky enough to find some horseradish.
Arthur has been exploring the wild since he was just 18 months old, and with the help of his dad and sister, Arthur has been posting videos on social media, teaching his nearly 300,000 followers about foraging.
Foraging is when you go out into nature and try and find edible plants and mushrooms.
That's right, foraging involves searching and gathering certain edible foods that grow in the wild, like some plants, fruit, and mushrooms. But hold on, before you run out and start picking random berries, Arthur has some super important rules.
Always have an adult with you, and don't eat anything new that you don't know. Is it important for a forager to know about trees? Let's find out.
Trees are a big deal in the foraging world. Some trees grow delicious treats like nuts and fruits, while others help mushrooms grow.
Certain types of mushrooms grow under certain types of trees, like seps grow under oak trees and chanterelles grow under pine trees.
Arthur's favorite part? The thrill of discovery. Whether it's picking bilberries, which are similar to blueberries, or learning about some plants that are poisonous and not to be touched, he's always finding something new. His message to kids everywhere?
You are so important because as kids you need to love and respect nature, because when you're adults you need to protect it.
So whether it's a walk in the park or an adventure in the woods, there's always something magical to find. Just ask the grizzly forager. And don't forget, kids, be sure to check with a parent or grown-up before you go foraging.
And thank you very much for that. Well, baseball fans of all ages are rooting for their home team once again as Major League Baseball kicked off the 2025 season this week across the country. And speaking of baseball, time for our pop quiz. The question this week, what is the baseball term referred to when the batter has 3 balls and 2 strikes? Is it A, bullpen, B, hat trick, or C, full count? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Okay, time's up. The answer is C, full count. A full count in baseball occurs when a batter has 3 balls and 2 strikes, a 3-2 count. So once the batter reaches a full count, the next pitch will either end the at-bat with a walk if it's a ball, or a strikeout if it's a strike. Or the batter can make contact or hit a foul ball to extend his at-bat. Just ahead, stealing the show, everything you want to know about this clouded leopard cub. Plus, a bus ride that will make you smile. And the man who voices Daffy Duck and Porky Pig talks about the new Looney Tunes movie and the joy of voice acting.
You're the voice behind many famous characters. Who was your favorite character to voice?
Well, if we're gonna talk about Looney Tunes, Doc, I'm a big Bugs Bunny fan. Always have been.
Welcome back to Nightly News Kids Edition. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Time now for our picture of the week. The Columbus Zoo and Aquarium in Ohio just welcomed more than 70 seahorses after a 2-year wait. Since these tiny creatures are born small, the zoo says they will need to mature before they can be viewed by guests to the zoo. Did you know that seahorses are named for the shape of their head? And male seahorses carry the babies during reproduction. But guess what? Rumor has it these fish are poor swimmers. Go figure. All right, let's head to Tennessee, where the recent birth of a clouded leopard cub is capturing the hearts of America. We get details from our friend Laura Jarrett.
There's a new cat in town at the Nashville Zoo.
She is 1 month old today, and she was born to one of the famous clouded leopards here. It was the first clouded leopard ever born through artificial means. She's actually the only clouded leopard to be born this year in ACA zoos. So she's quite special, and she's very important for the population.
At just 1 month old, this little one is thriving under the care of Nashville Zoo's expert veterinary team. She's eating like a champ and has already tripled in weight, And after every bottle,
Like a baby, after they drink a bottle, it's good for them to actually have that time to burp.
clouded leopards get their names from their big cloud-like spots, which are completely unique to every cat.
You can see on her forehead, see all their little dot patterns? They're all completely different, which is really cool. And then there's their clouded leopard spots. So it gives them that unique, just distinctual pattern from other leopard species.
In the wild, these leopards can be found deep in the forests of Southeast Asia and southern China. They climb up and down the trees in the forest, making them hard to spot. And these cats don't make the noises you might expect.
They don't roar, but they also don't purr. So they do this chuffing sound, and they also make like a chirping sound. It almost sounds like a bird.
Sadly, due to deforestation and climate change, the future of the clouded leopard species is now at risk.
They are a threatened species. Cats like this and your bigger cats are kind of that signature, because if these guys fail, then the whole ecosystem can fall apart, right? Because we have to think about all the things they prey upon, and then even bigger animals that can prey upon them. So if they go away, it really messes up the ecosystem. And so it's really important that these guys stick around for years and years to come.
By learning about clouded leopards and supporting local zoos and conservation efforts, you can do your part to help this species thrive.
Laura, thank you very much for that. In this week's Kids Spotlight, Looney Tunes, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig are off on a new adventure to save planet Earth. Rated PG, the day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie is playing in theaters nationwide. And our Kids Edition correspondent Andres had a chance to catch up with a man who voices these iconic characters.
Looks like it's up to us to save the Earth.
Oh, it was nice knowing you guys.
In the new Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig are at the center of the plot.
I hope that shatterproof glass can withstand the abuse.
The two unlikely heroes go up against an alien force, and they're on a mission to save the world.
There's no way we could screw this up.
Eric Bauza voices both Daffy Duck and Porky Pig in the animated film. How would Daffy Duck describe this movie to kids?
Well, you see, I'm glad you asked that, because finally, I get my moment in the spotlight, minus that rabbit we know as Bugs Bunny. And I can handle Porky. Hey, I'm still here, you know. It's my movie, too. But yeah, Daffy would say this was a super fun movie to make. A lot of talented artists and musicians worked on this. And I do all my own stunts. Woohoo!
All right, what will Porky have to say to that?
Well, I'm just, trying to make sure he doesn't ruin everything. And that takes a lot of energy sometimes. But, he makes up for it. In eggs. Hey, you seem like the friendly type. Care to go back and forth about the weather with me? Mister? Chew? Is that some sort of gum factory employee greeting?
What's something kids may not know about voice acting?
Well, aside from the silly voices that come from this profession, you really have to rely on good acting. You really have to make the people in the audience believe that these characters are in trouble or they're having a good time and just, building this friendship.
Why'd you mess things up so bad? Now the whole world is ending and my best friend hates me!
You're the voice behind many famous characters. Who is your favorite character to voice?
Well, if we're gonna talk about Looney Tunes, Doc, I'm a big Bugs Bunny fan. Always have been.
Ever since I was probably your age. The Looney Tunes, aside from being an inspiration to be a voiceover artist, they inspired me on how to, draw. It could stay with us for 90 years, and we still love watching these characters run around on the big screen and cause trouble.
Yeah. So far, who is the hardest character to voice and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. They're all really difficult to voice, and believe it or not, they were all originated by one actor by the name of Mel Blanc. He was the original voice actor. One guy.
He did Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tweety Bird. I taught Putty Tat.
Sylvester, I'm gonna eat that bird for lunch. I say foghorn leghorn. You know, this guy Eric, the lights are on, but nobody's home. That's a joke, son. Yosemite Sam. Ooh, I hates that rabbit.
Porky, of course. That's not all, folks.
One guy created all of these, not just voices, but they're like different personalities. I'd have to say they're all equally as difficult to voice.
Daffy, no! I don't hate you. Maybe we're just not as good a team as we thought.
The new animated movie is a throwback to classic Looney Tunes and explores the bond between these two fan favorites. Is there a lesson to be learned from this new movie?
If you're looking for a really genuine lesson, there is one. I'd have to say that teamwork. Sometimes the person that you least expect that would be there for you comes through. Things are gonna be okay as long as you stick together.
What's your advice for kids who might want to follow in your footsteps?
That's another great question. Man, oh man. If only I saw this interview when I was a kid growing up. Yeah, follow your dreams. If you have a passion, it doesn't have to be this. It could be anything. And if you find something that you really love to do and it stays with you, as these characters have with me. When I was your age, I couldn't stop watching these characters. I'm pretty sure my parents were worried, but look, it worked out. Yeah, so just follow your passions. Follow your dreams, kids.
Boy, that almost blew up in our... Yeah, that's all, folks.
All right, Andres, great job. Thank you for that. Well, finally, an update to a story we brought to you a couple of years ago about some four-legged bus riders giving us all a reason to smile. Our friend Erin McLaughlin takes us along for the ride.
Good morning, Jake.
The riders on this bus don't carry backpacks, but they are buckled in and ready for the ride. These dogs are part of a playgroup. Mo Mountain Mutts is a dog walking, training, and pet sitting business in Skagway, Alaska, run by Mo and Lee Thompson. The bus picks up each dog at their home.
Good morning, Amaru.
Dogs vibe so well in the bus. They have their own spot. They sit next to their best friend. The puppies are in the licky puppy corner in the back. Adult dogs who are over that, they just get to calmly sit in their seat and look out the window.
The doggy daycare business has been on a roll.
Good morning, Bama.
Since first posting videos on social media a couple years ago, Mo Mountain Mutts now has more than 2 million followers. And right behind them, Canine Convoy.
Today we are celebrating hitting 1 million followers on our TikTok page. So we like our snacks today.
They're videos of dogs enjoying snacks.
The internet is named it the Great Wall of Snacks because there's got to be over 100 packages there. They come from everywhere. It's not just the United States anymore. It's throughout the world of where these treats are coming from.
Good boys and girls, go find a spot.
Riding the bus, celebrating birthdays.
Benny turns 3 tomorrow.
And having a horrific good time have gone viral.
My favorite part would be pickups, just because they are so excited to see me, to see the bus, and just get their day going.
Good boy, Apollo. Everyone's gonna go sit down and get hooked in.
These furry friends even celebrate holidays. Most recently, St. Patrick's Day. Canine Convoy driver Hope Melberg wants her videos to bring a smile to viewers' faces and maybe even help teach owners some new tricks. And it might just work. You just can't help but fall in love with these four-legged riders who are so doggone cute.
Dogs and animals, they just bring human beings together. Just because it's that unconditional love, there needs to be more of.
Okay, Erin, thanks very much. Well, that is going to do it for us. Have a great weekend, everyone. Remember to take care of yourself and each other. So long. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.